Well, good morning, Pipers. YouTube, Rumble. I hope everybody's morning is going pretty good on this Friday morning. No, you're not seeing things. Can you believe Bass Piper is smoking a pipe? On the Bass Piper channel. Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've held a pipe in my hand on a video the last year. I think I've only done one. Everything else has been cigars. But let me get some housekeeping out the way. I am smoking it kind of goes with cigars and pipes today. And I almost changed my tobacco. But today, I am smoking a freehand. You can see that. This is, if I can bend this to show you without dumping my tobacco in the floor. Do you see that initial in there? That's an RP for Rocky Patel. Rocky Patel, as you know, is a big cigar manufacturer, and he's big in the cigar industry. Well, technically, these were commissioned by Eric Norton. Eric Norton made this pipe. These are Eric Norton's pipes. He made a few of them for Rocky Patel. Now, I don't know if Rocky Patel smokes a pipe on occasion, but Eric Norton did a few pipes, and they called them the RPs, the Rocky Patel pipes. And I got one back in 2017. This goes back, well, probably 2017, 2018 is probably when I picked this up. And if you remember, there was a line of tobacco that he put out called Prohibition. And it had like a vanilla and some different things, but it was actually from and had cigar leaves in it. And I almost put the Prohibition in this pipe, but I knew it had been so dried out. So I went just the opposite. I put creme brulee in this. And most of y'all know from Sutliff, creme brulee is just the bag or the bulk blend of the Molto Dolce that in the tin. That is very, very wet. And I bought a little ounce of this last year when I was at the cigar store in Pennsylvania. And I bought a couple of my first cigars. And I bought some from Boswell, and I bought some there. And John Hayes, a cigar shop. And they had some creme brulee. And I said, well, let me just get an ounce of that, because I want to support the local brick and mortar. I picked up a couple cigars, and I said, let me get some pipe tobacco while I'm here. And not that I needed, I took a bunch of different blends and from me and my son, and some Boswell and stuff like that. So it's been sitting in a little Ziploc bag in my drawer. I hadn't even put it in a tin. It's only got maybe about that much, of tobacco. And I said, well, shoot, this is creme brulee, Molto Dolce, creme brulee. They're all the same. I said, this mess can sit out. It ain't got to worry about drying out. You could set probably creme brulee, multi dolce on your desk with 2 ounces on your desk and go back to it 2 years from then, and it still will be moist because they case everything heavy on this. It's got a great room note, but it can be soupy. And I didn't mind putting it in this one because I've dedicated this pipe to vanilla blends and I think some, I forgot the others. I get on here and I forget the names of my tobaccos. Sunset rum, the creme brulee, multi dolce, anything that's got like a vanilla and stuff. So even if it ghosts this, it's not going to be that bad. Vanilla goes with everything. It might take me a few bowls to burn it out of there, but even if it stays moist a little bit and goes to this, it's not going to be no big deal. So I thought I would come on with a pipe today because Bass Piper is celebrating a little milestone on his channel. I went on my channel last night and went on to the studio and saw that I was at 500 subs. I finally made the half mark, guys. Next month, the 20th of next month, October 20th, I think. I got to go back all the way to my first intro video, but I think it was the 20th of October of 2020. I started my channel. So I beat it by a few weeks of a 3-year mark of making at least 500 subs. Now I'm on to the 750 and then the 1,000 subs. But I want to thank all my subscribers, and I'm going to put a new here in a few weeks. Hopefully, put a new shout out for all my new subs. But I don't know where they're coming. They're coming from overnight somewhere. I don't know, but I had 501 this morning, so I said, let me go on and say I've got 500 before it goes to 496. But I do appreciate all my subs, and I want to eventually, and I will, put out a 500 sub GAW. Okay. I'm kind of trying to watch some things right now since Bass Piper right now doesn't have a salary. I'm trying to help the new church grow and get our coffers financially secure for the next year. So we're just on Miss Bass Piper's salary right now. But it's so funny, she told me the other day, she said, well, Wade, she said, when you stop and look at it, this will get us prepared for when we go on Social Security, because she said, I'm going to be retiring in 3 years. And I'm hoping that I can roll till I'm 70 before I look at probably officially retiring. I may have to. I told the church I probably wouldn't take a salary till April. It gives them a year. We started Easter Sunday morning this past April, and it gives them a year to build up some money. But see, even if I go try to take a side job, it would probably have to be a part-time job, because I wouldn't be able to work on Wednesdays and I wouldn't be able to work on Sundays. And I'd probably have to find a part-time job in a retail environment. And my pipe went out. And I told Miss Bass Piper, I said, well, maybe I can look at a pipe and cigar shop. And I just have to test the waters to see how that would be approved by the church. Everybody else can go work at one, but the preacher, well, the preacher will. But I don't think with my church, I don't think that would be such a big deal. Um, so, so anyway, I may have to do a little side hustle or something, a little part-time job. But there would be at least Sunday and Wednesday. I would probably try to work it where I couldn't work those for 2 days because I'd spend time studying and trying to get my messages prepared and all of that. And plus, I have church that evening, and I wouldn't be able to work the evenings. And on Sunday, I wouldn't be able to work the mornings or the afternoons. So, but other than that, it'd be good to go. But um, things are going well, and so I may drag the gall out a little bit before the 500 to do the 500 when I do want to do something for the 500 gall. Um, but again, I want to thank all my subscribers and those that have stuck with me, and I still got a few. We're starting to. And the other reason why I come out here, well, this felt like a pipe day. It is about probably, I can't check my phone. I should have checked it, but I know we were only supposed to be in the 70s today here in Virginia, or at least this part of Virginia. And we came out this morning. I saw my wife off to work, and I said, "Man," she said, "this is like a fall day." I said, "Yeah, it sure does." We were in the 60s this morning, and it did feel good out here. I said, "Man," I said, I don't know what it is about the cooler weather, but it puts you in the pipe mood. So I thought I would do a video with a pipe. I know most of you guys have wondered if I'm throwing all my pipes away, and but no, I haven't, and I enjoyed getting back to my pipe, and the only thing about making a pipe I had to get back used to is I've got to chooch it a little faster and more because trying to talk and keep it lit, especially creme brulee. Now, it took me about 4 attempts to get it going before I got onto the video. Again, I want to thank everybody for your prayers for my sister and my brother-in-law. They're doing fine. They're recouping okay, or she is. And they just found out, as I said, he had some AFib, I think, or what they call. It was AFib or it's like I want to say sputters, but it's, they got another word for it. But I thought that's what AFib was. You get the sputters, and then your heart beats fast, and but anyway, guys, I want to get on here just a few minutes and thank you for the subs, and thought it would be a good day to bring a pipe out. But this Rocky Patel, if you ever never checked them out, check out the Rocky Patel line. I think they still have them out there, probably smokingpipes.com or whatever. But these are Eric Norton pipes. You can tell by the design and stuff. It's got a pretty little sheen on it, got a little good grain in there, and of course it's got the plateau at the top. Of course, I love my freehands. I love freehands. I don't have any problem with my Savinelli 320s or my my other pipes, my Stanwells or my Petersons or dairy pipes or Dracula pipes or my whatever. Don't have any problem with those. But I'm just a freehand. I've always, all the way back into the early '80s. Um, when I first started going into the tinderbox, I loved the freehands. Back then, they carried the Ben Wades. They also carried the Jock, started with a J. I can't remember. But anyway, the Ben Wades and that other brand was a company, was a big freehand. And man, when I used to call them the tree bark or the tree, bark type pipes. I didn't know what they were called back then, simply because of how the plateau and all of that looked, and they just looked cool. I mean, it was freehand. It was just rough cut. I've never been really turned on with more of just your basic straight pipes, you know. I've got one or two, but I guess I'm a man that likes curves. Um, I like the bent apples. I like the design of the stems. It just looks manly. It just looks rugged, you know. It don't look sissy. Be a man, smoke a pipe, freehand, Viking. But no, straight pipes, I never just really got into them. But I love like the bent apples. I love these freehands. I love my 320s. Onion, if you should see this video, you got me into the 320s. It was your fault. And a lot of people don't like them because of the stem. It's got a fat stem, and a little short, fat, stumpy stem. But once you get used to it, it's not bad. But I like the feel of it because I like the feel of the bowl. You're not trying to hold a little bowl. You got a bowl in your hand, and but anyway. So I got really intrigued with the free hands all the way back to the '80s, and of course any of you guys that ever walked into a tinderbox, you know what I'm talking about. Man, that was like walking into heaven. And I didn't even know what the heck was going on in there, but man, I knew it smelled good, and it was pipe tobacco. It was pipe tobacco. They'd mix some cigars in there, but pipe tobacco. If we could figure out how to put this aromatic pipe tobacco stuff into a potpourri type of thing and plug it into the wall, that would be wonderful. I found one close. I put it on one of my videos from the uh, not Bath and Body Works, but well, yeah, it might have been Bath and Body Works. They put it out every year. It's a chocolate something. I forgot what it is. You have to go back to a few videos back to see that, but that's the closest thing that even my wife come out and said, man, it smells like chocolate type of pipe tobacco. It smells like pipe tobacco. And man, we bought about 12 of them things. Because it did smell good. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get on off here. It's been 19 minutes. And my son's coming over this afternoon, going to help me do a few things. And we don't get to see him but maybe once a month, once every month and a half now that he's moved. And he doesn't live as close by. So we don't get a chance to really see each other as much as we do, so I'll spend a few minutes with him. So anyway, until we meet again, relax. Hey, I can say this now. Have a pipe. And your cigars. And don't forget the many blessings God gives us each and every day, guys. He really does. He loves you. I love you. I appreciate my supporters. And thanks for sticking with the old bass piper. And I know sometimes my videos can be a little mundane or boring or whatever. Some people may like them. I don't know. But when you start presenting so much, or presenting after a while, you just feel like, man, it's finding topics. It's finding things to talk about. It's finding new things. How much more can you say about a pipe or tobacco? It's like that type of thing. But when you're a family, a community video family, social media video family, sometimes you don't have to say much, just hang out with a pipe and have a pipe. Or a cigar. You guys take care. Don't forget the blessings God gives you. We'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.